Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Happy Sunday to you. If this is the day that you're catching me going live, we are up to day number 22. It's hard to believe, but we are at the top of week 3 of our 30 days primed for success adventure here. And Lee and I are so grateful to have you with us along for the ride. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of being good and share some work. I'll be posting a link to a terrific article that shares a little research by Professor Stephen G. Post, who in his work over decades has been recognized for really being a thought leader in the field of positive psychology and beyond, in caring for people in ways in which we can do better and actually finding the benefits of that. Pretty extraordinary, I think. So first, let me say, now today being the top of week 3, we should be announcing a winner today, but Lee and I, we tend to be going a lot of different directions and we haven't gotten together. I just was putting the guides back in order before I came on air this morning. So if you are catching up, here's a little grace period. Go ahead and use today. Now it's a little easier to navigate through the guides and catch our information in order. I know that Facebook can kind of serve it up haphazardly when it says recent activity. So now either you can click latest posts and go backwards, you can hop on over to the guides tab and consume this fascinating information in order, because Lee has been sharing some really great articles and research. We've been digging a little more deeply now as we've been going through our series, and we hope you don't feel overwhelmed. That's why it's a daily tidbit, a little bit more every day. And something is going to resonate with you and some things may not. But our primary goal is to help you recognize just how much there is that you can take advantage of here inside of Positive Prime. If you haven't started your trial, your 30-day trial, you ended up in this group and it's a lot of fun, but you're not sure what we're talking about, back in day 1, guide number 1, there should be the links, whether you found this group through Lee or myself, or if you invited with someone else, find out if they have a link to share with you to line up your trial for Positive Prime. Because Lee and I created sessions, we are able to gift a 30-day opportunity. And even if at the end of that 30 days you say, well, that was fun, but I don't really need to subscribe, you will still get to keep forever access to the session of the person whose referral link you used. So Lee, being extraordinary in her capacity as a grief and end of life coach and supporting first responders who help people through those times, helping them maintain their resilience, and in my own aspect, supporting people and transforming their perspective on stress and integrating and actually stepping into those little daily habits that help us feel better, feel healthier, and build a foundation for the longevity and vibrant life we want to have. So just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek in what those there. If you have any questions, let us know. So back to the matter at hand. I am a big fan of Professor Post. I actually read his book, which is kind of like a bit of a memoir and philosophical adventure across country. Its book is called God and Love on Route 80. And if you're in that space where perhaps you came from a religious upbringing or you still identify strongly with a particular religion, but you are curious or you've always been intrigued by the real potential of spirituality, it's such a juicy book. It's a lovely memoir of a really sweet period in time and a really interesting look at his own personal evolution, how curiosity led him to ask questions that really brought some extraordinary innovations and awarenesses to our access. One of the things that he identifies in the research in the article that I'll be sharing a link to, so we'll get this up into the day 22 guide so you can find that in order, is entitled It's Good to Be Good. And Professor Post proposes that physicians should, when they have patients who are struggling, when they have emotional distress, one way, one surefire way we can lift ourselves out of that is by doing good things for other people. And he even recommends it should be a prescription and recommend people do 2 hours of service to others through the course of the week to lift themselves up. Now, I know in the research of Sean Acor, one of my favorite researchers and thought leaders here in positive psychology as well, Sean has identified that random acts of kindness are one of the surefire exercises in his 21-day happiness reset. And I've mentioned that before, not exactly sure which day I was talking about that, but The Happiness Advantage is the name of his book, where he really gets into this research, where they identified you could participate in any one of 5 different activities, choose one, and do it over the course of 21 days. And afterward, most people in their research measured themselves more positively, and over time afterward, as long as 4 to 6 weeks afterward, even if they did not continue the practice, they continued to measure themselves as feeling more positive. And I hope you've gotten the idea by now that we're not just talking about happy for happiness sake, and we're certainly not talking about faking it until you make it, but the benefits of feeling more positive rather than neutral or negative have been proven in terms of our health, our professional success, as well as, of course, having stronger relationships. And that's what Lee was talking about yesterday, the power of social engagement and relationships. So a really interesting little read. It's kind of a long document, but not all of it is in reference to his work. So you can find it there. Dr. Stephen G posts prescription RX, it's good to be good. So you can check that out, and we would love to hear from you. Comment on this video. Is there some way in which you like to show other people that you care? Maybe it is something as old-fashioned or chivalrous as holding a door for somebody. Maybe it's sending a message. Are you holding up the tradition of getting those thank you cards out after receiving a gift or after an interview or something along those lines? Let us know. You might spark an idea. These random acts of kindness don't have to be a big investment of time, energy, and attention. A little bit can go a long way. And I will share a sneak peek coming up into our success work for the day. There will be a post where you can read a quote by Professor Post and share a takeaway. So when you watch your session today, share a little takeaway. Maybe if something jumps out at you now that we're talking about showing kindness to others, how did you see that come up in the session? Did one of those images flashing by land with you? Or perhaps there's an affirmation, or perhaps there's an image you have added to customize your session that shows you being engaged, being supportive, lifting others up. Let us know. We'd love to see those comments over in the success work. And Lee and I are going to get together. We're going to confab and get back on top of this to celebrate our most engaged and supportive members here in the group. We really appreciate the conversation that's been building over this last week, the conversation in and amongst each other. It's really wonderful to inspire, to ask questions, and to be present in this. So we're so grateful for you. Thank you for carving out time in your very, very busy lives. We're grateful to have you here with us, and we're wishing you a marvelous rest of your day. And we will see you back here online again super soon. Take good care.